They waited and they hoped. There's a single blank white page between the Old and the New Testaments in the Bible. We see it as a symbol dividing the Old from the New. What we don't see on this empty page are the 400 years of silence, when generation after generation passed along the stories and prophecies, the promises foretelling the champion of peace who would win the war with death once and for all. Emmanuel, God with us, the long-awaited King who would bring the story of hope to life. But when would he come? How would the true story be fulfilled? God has a way of turning everything upside down, so the people knew to expect the unexpected. They kept on, living their lives, working, marrying and having babies, growing old, and telling the story, one generation to the next. They waited, and they hoped. There was a teenager named Mary who looked for glimpses of God in the everyday stuff of life. She was a virgin, and she planned to marry the quiet carpenter, Joseph. But God was authoring a new chapter in Mary's story that would change the plot for all of us. One night, a radiant angel appeared to Mary and said, "You are truly blessed of God. The Lord is with you, so don't be afraid. You will have his son, and name the child Jesus. He will be the King of eternity." Mary was amazed as she replied, "My heart is for God. Let the story unfold as you say." The emperor in Rome commanded people to return to their hometowns to be counted. So even though Mary's baby was coming soon, they had to make the desert journey from Nazareth to Bethlehem. Mary and Joseph arrived in Bethlehem, looking for a place to rest, but everyone was in too much of a rush to notice the coming son, and there was no room for them. Finally, one innkeeper let the couple shelter in his stable, surrounded by cattle and dogs and dirt. That same night, in the dusty hills outside Bethlehem, there were shepherds tending their flocks and gazing at the brilliant star blazing in the midnight sky. Shepherds weren't fancy, popular people, but they waited and they hoped. Imagine their surprise when an angel came to them, bright and full of the glory of the Creator. The angel declared, "I bring you the best news ever. Today in Bethlehem, your rescuer, Christ the Lord, is born." Suddenly, other angels joined in, a trumpet sounded, and they couldn't hold back their song of praise. And at that moment, in a Bethlehem stable, hope came alive. And with the sound of a baby's first cry, every story changed forever.